Welcome to the Brand Identity Design Podcast. My name is Jason. I'm your host. And today is actually going to be the last episode for season 2. And I'm joined by Boston Boy Geo, one of my favorite rappers from Boston, an amazing artist. His lyrics are mind blowing, and he has finally given me the opportunity to be on my show. And we're going to have this fantastic conversation today. So, I want to get into our conversation right away. I just want to let you know that we are actually streaming live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and the audio version is also broadcasted on Clubhouse. So I have my friend Tiffany who actually joined us on Clubhouse. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for being here. Say hi to Geo.
Hey, so happy to be here. And I must have shown up a little bit early, so happy to be here. I also messaged Geo, so Boston Boy Geo, so
yeah,
he'll be here.
I got it.
Oh, hi, Geo.
Yeah, I'm already in here. I've been in here for the last
I can't see you because I'm on a different.
Yeah. She's on Clubhouse.
So
She's just on the audio-based platform. So let's
Gotcha.
actually start the show. Let's actually start the show. So today we're going to be speaking about something really, really interesting. The topic for today is staying steady on the grind with Boston Boy Geo. And during this episode, we will talk about even if you come from low beginnings, your ambition and drive can lead you to a bigger and brighter tomorrow. As a part of the dark side of the dark side of entrepreneurship series which we are having today. So thank you so much, Boston Boy Geo. We will start off the interview. So let me actually give you a formal introduction. Who is Boston Boy Geo? He's an entrepreneur, an independent rap artist. Boston Boy Geo is also known as Geovany Jimenez. Born and raised in Boston, started his rap game in 2014 and has built a heavy buzz online throughout New England, NYC South and Midwest. He has performed with major hip hop artists as Joyner Lucas, D-Blocks, Snipelife, French Montana, Cokeboys, Lil Durk, and more. He's also featured on 2 mixtapes with French Montana rap group and Coke Boys. Boston Boy Geo has released his independent mixtapes named The Beginning and Geostorm, which you can now find over Audiomac, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, and many more. So I just want to say that the person who is just next to me, he's a very, very talented artist. His rap music, the beats are super, super cool. It's clean. uh, he does not speak about drugs. He does not speak about anything which you traditionally hear in rap music. It's all about the impact and the changes which we bring through music. It's about showcasing a meaning. It's about driving a change, offering an experience, giving people a fresh perspective on things. So thank you so much, Boston Boy Geo, for being here on my show. I truly, truly appreciate this very, very much. Let's actually get into the topic of today's conversation. So my first question to you, Boston Boy Geo: what drew you to rap music in the first place? How has Boston inspired you?
Well, what inspired me is more the fact of at the time when I started doing music, the music scene was changing as far as the sound, the creativity. So I started following a bunch of independent artists from the Midwest and West Coast and seeing creating their music, and it was just all authentic. It could be anywhere for them being inside their house, but they're doing a whole rap video rapping about their own life, and I seen the impact they had. They had their own. Okay, I listened to more independent that way. It wasn't really Boston. Because Boston music scene, we don't have our own sound like certain areas do. So there's a lot of artists that created other sounds from other places. That would be Boston artists. Like I said, more mine was in different artists from different parts of the United States. And basically just followed kind of the same format. Then I just said, let me just try it, let me just give it a go. And I started writing my film, kept going, and started to, attract some attention just for being my own self, knowing everybody else what they're doing, just being who I am, rapping about what I rap about. Attention.
That is lovely. That is super super cool. I appreciate you sharing that. My next question, Boston Boy Geo, is that could you take
Mhm.
us back through time? I know you started this whole thing back in 2014, but what was that exact
Yeah,
moment you kind of realized that I am gonna be a rap artist and this is gonna be my path towards success?
I would say it was in 2008. I was at a show in Connecticut with French Montana and the cokeboys, standing up right behind French Montana, and I'm just watching him, like I'm with him behind him throughout our whole. So I just took everything in. I'm like, I'm not, if I'm like right next to this dude and I'm around these certain, learn the business and see how they move, see what they're doing. I'm not that far away. That's when it hit me.
Wow. So 2008 in Connecticut, and you said that you were watching French Montana perform
No,
and
I
you wanted.
was with him because
Oh,
I was
okay.
part of his rap group. So I'm on stage with him. I'm right behind him. And I'm looking, and I'm just taking everything, looking at the crowd, looking at all the cameras around, taking everything in, and kind of like right there, I was like, well, if I'm standing up right next to this dude, I'm part of his rap group. I'm doing a lot of things early in my career that a lot of people didn't get to do. I just got in and, and just try to build myself with it, and that's when it hit me. It was 2000. This is 2014.
Okay, so I'm assuming by that time, back in 2008, you were doing
No,
this, pursuing
2014.
this just as a hobby.
2014.
2004.
2008. I wasn't rapping yet. Yeah, I wasn't rapping in
Okay,
2008 yet.
okay,
Mhm.
okay, okay, okay. So what did you learn exactly from French Montana about the business while you were, engaged, while you were rapping, performing with him? What were one of those biggest learnings you kind of understood from about the
Well,
industry?
it's just more of it's just like how they did their business as far as booking shows and making sure that they had certain sides of certain businesses. Um, Also different. I noticed how have different drives, have different ways of like, you know, more bigger. I seen all like a lot of different type of variables when it comes to the music game. As far as the fact of having different people or understanding different sides of the music game, because I wasn't sure. Besides me having my publishing rights, I didn't know much as far as how to really market. Much as more how to get a more fan base on my own. Like it was a lot of that at the time when I started to see.
I'm with you. I'm with you. That makes sense. That makes total sense. I appreciate that. So what I want to kind of understand and decode, what would be a much more accurate description of your musical taste when it comes to the kind of music which you do?
Motivational rap, I would say. Motivational,
Mm-hmm.
motivational hip hop. I would say I'm in the more of that genre of that. There's sub genres, but I'll say motivational hip hop. Yeah, for the most part.
I would agree totally. This is Tiffany. I mean, everything I've ever heard Boston Boy Geo do, and I've been a fan from the beginning, that he definitely is motivational to everybody. And and with all of the songs and special guests, they do that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I love his new track, which we would be playing very shortly. Okay, so I want to actually get into
You can
the.
play that on a real loop. Like, keep going.
I think I
Stay
got that
ride
figured.
forever.
I think I got that figured. I have it on my sound pad, all recorded live and ready. So, so my next question actually is in regards to the topic. How do you stay steady on this grind? While you want to succeed, and not everybody comes from big beginnings. So Boston Boy, if you have to sum it up and share what life taught you, struggles on the streets, trying to come out of it, how it affects you, and how to come out of it, what would you say?
As far as like anything like music, was to keep your job, keep yourself grounded. If you're in a situation in life and you're that's obviously is not really going well for you, it's not taking you anywhere. You got to change your surroundings, put yourself in an uncomfortable place, but also is an uncomfortable place to make you benefit for yourself. I would say, for me, to how I kept myself kind of like staying focused on music is like I'm like, why I'm doing music, and sometimes I can get it can give me time frustrated like, wow, I did be making more money, but then I can always check myself saying I never did it for the money to begin with, so let it come. Things will come. You just gotta be patient and keep going forward because things do come over time. Nothing really comes. There's a few lucky ones where they do get lucky and it does things happen and snapping the finger, but that's rare. But it'll keep yourself in check and just keep going forward. Things will come.
Absolutely, keep moving forward and things will happen. Things will fall in place. So I mean, see, there is a common portrayal when it comes to rap music, as you know, Geo, that many rappers speak about the negative things, about dealing with drugs and other stuff. So I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a part, like, in street those things do happen, but
No, absolutely.
how were you able to like choose another path or choose a different medium, although it's in the same kind of genre of music? Okay, what made you
Uh,
not look at those things?
well, I mean, I have witnessed a lot of that stuff growing up. It's just that's the whole reason why. I've seen a lot. So why would I want to, like, kind of why would I want to just basically like rate this whole thing of suffering when it's drugs, alcohol, gangs, but I'm stuck in that world. That's all they know. So what they know is that, and that they um I with me is just I went through it so much. It's just other ways that you, like, for example. Now, if you listen to the old school hip hop from the '90s, like a Wu Tang, Naughty by Nature, listen to those dudes. They was rapping about it. They were just talking about it because it's something that they had to go past. It wasn't more like, hey, go join that. Let's do this. No, it's more like we had to go through this to get here. It's a whole different message the way it was talked about in the previous flourishing and through the '90s to what they talk about now because they glorify it now. They don't just talk about it. This sounds like it's a good thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing was if I could somehow talk about those things but not glorify it and just show there's other ways that you could talk about those types of, but my whole aspect when it comes down to that. If you ever hear me rap and you might hear once in a while a little thing about alcohol or this and that, but it's not glorifying it. It's just more of like I went, I tried this or I experienced it and moved on. It wasn't like, hey, keep going. I mean, it's just a different way of just projecting it out, I guess.
Yeah, I like what you said, Boston Boy, and it really stood out to me what you said. If you look at the music back in the 90s, many rappers had to pass that stage to get where they are today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in today's case, I think people are misinterpreting what used to happen back then, and they have adopted this as more like a culture. It's like They feel you have to do this. It's like a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's
Yeah.
sending them mixed signals, but ideally that's not the case. So the times back then and times right now are totally different from what you're saying.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can see it within how the kid, like, even like in the street, the gangs were then and the gangs were now. That it's completely different. They were, ever good, but back when I was growing up, gangs had morals, they had rules, they had codes. Now it's like anything goes on, anything could happen anytime. It doesn't matter. There's no go out all warfare. That's the difference. I can just say kind of what I know of between then and now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me actually play you the song which Boston Boy has recently launched. It's a super super cool track, and I promise you, once you listen to this track, okay, I can promise you that you will get hooked. You would not be able to stop listening to it. So there you go. I'm just gonna play it right now.
I started in this music scene on my own path. Had to set direction this game, yeah, with no map. At the time I started this shit, it was all trap. Chicago came and made their mark, they had the drill rap. I know I had to sound different, seeing people start to listen, following my intuition, seeing what was really missing, writing real rhymes so that people can feel. As you keep tuning in, you start feeling the chills as I'm elevating. I see and feel some people, yeah, they start to hating. Pray to God on the day they know what fucks with Satan. Now I'm on my own path to influence with my words as I cross the whole map.
It was all bad before I found my path. Hope was all that I had, but I made it out of them trenches like I should. Doing things I never thought I could, making moves I never thought I would. Didn't even know I did it. Even though I did it, they still out trying to break me.
Can they really try to break me when I'm focused on my roots and radio stations lately? Numbers keep on climbing and the fans are adding greatly. Taking trips down to NOLA, hitting AZ, shit's crazy. I'm never losing sight. Keep my lyrics real and in the zone, I grip the mic. On stage, I'm feeling lifted as I'm standing in them lights. People's head is bouncing, Boston boys, they announcing, and you know my team is right. In VIP, me and Case Money, Boss Boy and Shallow B. Bottles all around, keep focused as we stacking G's. And you know it's on time. We them diamonds in the dirt that you never could find. But we stay patient. Track after track, feel it radiating. Real words out our mouth, I know you see the pain. As we on the same path, made it out the dim trenches and we never look back.
It was all bad before I found my path. Hope was all that I had, but I made it out of them trenches like I should. Doing things I never thought I could, making moves I never thought I would. Didn't even know I did it. Even though I did it, they still out trying to break me. I know they fighting out trying to break me. All they really wanna do is break me.
See, I told you that's a song. It's something which you have to listen on repeat. That's when you actually get the whole flavor, and it's a cool track. So thank you so much. It's amazing. I love the lyrics. I love the beats. I love the way how the song transitions, how you go up with your pitch and come down at the same time. It's brilliantly executed.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to actually, wait for the video to launch. And if the video and the thing which I like about your songs and the videos which you do, it's always in conjunction. Like the song has to match the video, and that's like it's a no-brainer. But many artists don't actually follow this, right? And I think we
No,
spoke
no.
about this.
Oh, it's funny that you say that because with me, it's like when I write my songs, it's basically writing a script to a movie. So when I have my song done, I already have my storyboard. So that's how it works. A lot of artists I do talk to, and I'm like, bro, like I listen to you like with the video. He's like, well, I couldn't storyboard it. I didn't know how to start, so I let the video guy did it. I'm like, I'll correlate well. But yeah, I always try to like encourage any artist to storyboard their own music. Only you could see it, and you know it should come through your mind like a movie. But I guess not all artists work the same, you know.
Yeah, I think many artists end up delegating the work to the producer with the hope that
Mm.
they will understand what the artist is trying to portray.
Mm.
And as you said, and this is not coming from me, guys. We had like an offline discussion with Boston Boy, and
Mm.
he was pretty upfront in sharing that videographs, people who actually make these videos, they don't really understand the essence of how these things work, and they might just do it just because they want to make it a little more flashy, different. That may not work in theme
Mm.
with what the lyrics is about. So I know had to really ask you this next question, since you spoke about the 90s.
Mm.
If you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would you pick and why?
Um, repeat the question again. Sorry about that.
If
If I could
you
collaborate with
could
artists,
if you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would you pick and why?
does that be one person?
Or you can add as many people as you want.
My two off the top will be DMX and Eminem.
Okay, so you
That'll
have
be
to
it.
give me an idea why, like why DMX and why Eminem.
Well, DMX, if you listen to DMX, his music is very, 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 and he talks a lot of stages with finding himself dealing with his own demons, and that was always like and I listened to him day and night. This cassette and have my CD player with the CD all the time. Um, and influenced me heavy as far as spiritually, shall I say? It opened up a spiritual sense to me. Eminem, reason why I wanted to do it with him is just that he's just 1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000, so he got big. I went through his before he got signed with Dre. He was just a creative. Like the things that he rapped about was just like who would say something like this? Like, and it was just always just ongoing because you know what I'm saying, you couldn't wait to hear the next thing he was gonna say because it was just had you on that edge. Like let me see. Like what you say? He said um he said Shady said it. Shady admitted. I throw a stroller at you with a baby in it. Like it's like who was that? You know, it's just like it's like when you waiting to put the next thing, put in something you never heard. So that's basically like my reasons why, man. Creative, different way. And Eminem does make some when he got through like a little area of his life was dark. Like a song he made, "I'm Not Afraid." That was it's more like I get that essence. That's why I like type of essence song. It's like more that fight to feel yourself to get free type. It's all those songs that any artist who ever made those type of songs has always been very impactful.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Eminem, so I appreciate that share, and I do resonate with what you're trying to, say. It does make sense, and he's a very, very creative artist, and I still think that he is the king of hip hop, and rap, because his music is still, running people wild. It's still, it's
Yeah,
on the top. Okay,
yeah,
and I recently
yep,
heard this song by Dre, not by Dre, but Snoop and Eminem. I think it was from the D2 to the LBC, something of that sort. It was a cool track. I'm just saying,
yeah.
very, very creative people. So my next question is that I know you are an independent artist, Boston Boy
Hmm?
Geo.
Hmm?
So why did you choose the path of being an independent artist instead of looking for a record deal? Okay, do you kind of feel
Um,
being an independent artist kind of is a slow process when it comes to growth? Let's speak on that.
um, Well, why is because maybe then, people were looking for more, have so much more tools that we could use to become an independent artist to our disposal. If you follow certain, like for me, I follow certain people, certain formulas, build my way as an independent artist instead of going for record deal, because honestly, record labels, as far as creativity, will probably be taken away. They'll probably take away, everything that they could take away, they'll take it away. You could own those own, set a budget for yourself, learn how to market yourself out there, find a way to get your music to areas where you can grow a fan base. Now, it just takes a little research. It's always good to network with always good to network, go out and talk to people, go to different type of events, meet people, get different things you could do to build yourself an independent artist now, to just go straight to a label to give away everything for, don't get me wrong, like, if a record label approached me with a distribution deal, our own little distribution deal, that I would go for that more than just signing to a label.
Okay, so what you're hesitant about is giving away your creativity to them and let
Right.
them control it. Okay, because you
Exactly.
feel, and I think there is a lot of truth in the music business. We have watched a lot of biographies, documentaries on musicians, okay, who end up losing not only their creativity, a lot of money also in the same time, because at that scale you sometimes don't really understand anything beyond your creativity, like managing your finances,
Right.
accounting, paying taxes, and these things they would not actually disclose or actually tell you. And you may end up having a manager who might just make half of what you would be earning as a commission, just to get you deals, and it's just going to affect your profit in the long run. So it makes sense. I'm with you. Okay, so let's actually speak about the growth. Do you think if you continue to be independent, uh, do you think the process is going to be slightly slower, or do you think it's the same pace?
To me right now, each year the more I'm doing it, so my fan base is growing by the year. I mean, I don't do is all I know is this. I learned a lot more different sides as far as marketing due to with Sony Orchid, so I have a way better understanding.
Okay, so I think we lost Boston
Hello?
Boy Geo. Yes,
Hello?
yes,
Sorry about
Stephen.
that.
Yes, yeah, that's okay.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I can hear you.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
And this
Okay.
is why I'm here.
So I'm sorry about that. Where was I? My phone was ringing. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just saying.
Can you hear me?
My
No?
question was,
Can you hear me?
do you
No?
think the process could be slow?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Hey, this is Tiffany. And I've interviewed
Can you hear me
Boston
now?
Boy Geo several times on moments
Yes,
of
yes.
clarity with Tiffany. This is like one of those
Let
commercials
me
where
leave and come back
connecting
in.
a cell phone. Can you hear me now?
Okay,
Can you hear me
okay.
now? Can you hear me now? No, but he's phenomenal. I wish the sound was better because when you played his song, it was very clear. So
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
turned
I had
out
to
really
mute
great.
him, and I was playing through my equipment. When it comes to the
Yeah,
equipment, it's pretty cool. But I've been
it's
noticing.
really great with him that he takes time. I mean, he works with
Yeah.
mental health, adolescents, and as an advocate in mental health, and at another facility right now, I'm helping the elderly, and he does all this community progressive good work that to help others, as well as doing his music and his videos and his outreach with his lyrics and everything like that. So I find him so fascinating just on that level that he just does it all, and you can't say that about many people, And then that's why he's outside on a break at work where the sound is kind of choppy, but because he didn't take it seriously, you know.
He's back. He's back. What's
Sorry about
up?
that. Nothing
Hey,
much.
that's
Sorry about
okay.
that.
That's okay. That's okay. Technical issues are expected to happen. You know, that's the beauty of, doing live streaming. I used to panic a lot. Okay, now I'm getting used to it.
That's an understatement, but yeah. Panicking when there's
Okay. Let's actually move on to my next question. My next question is, okay, I know behind every successful artist, okay, there is a team behind you, because you can't make it alone. You need a team, and I know you highly speak about your
Yep.
team, your people, your brothers, your friends who actually make this happen. So could you tell us about your team? How do they help you with your music? And just share your experience. I would really be interested in knowing.
Well, all right. So my team right now consists of, my team is Cream City. Boss Boy is basically is our management. Our label. We're all tied to one. We got everything set, and we got our distribution with Sony Orchard. The team consists of Case Money, who's from Philadelphia. Me, Shallow Baby, who's from Louisiana. A Grace, who's another artist from Boston. Now, Way Up Alex. We have a lot of different artists from different places that have different work ethics. And then we have the head honcho himself, the management. Go by Jaison. He pretty much, have all our different, like, it's almost like I say, like a Justice League. Everybody got their special little, and what we do is, according to what projects we have these certain. I want to drop out. My next one is supposed to be Blackout. I'm supposed to be doing the video for Break Me. The Blackout's already gonna be dropped, coming in, September, through. I think it's the 23rd. I'm gonna shoot my video for Break Me. I came up with a budget of 100 amount of views and reach a certain amount of people and things like that. That's my budget for that. So it was like we all keep each other in check as far as keep pushing the sled. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Drop dates. We all have a vision of when we have those drop dates, what videos we're working on, who's gonna be shooting their video and what time. Sometimes we'll be shooting 2 or 3 videos in one day. A couple drops that's close to each other. So we just try to keep in and talk about the certain projects we want to drop or certain projects we want to collide with, and we just our management, which is Boss Boy. He's on top of everything, and we'll get it out. And so far, it's been working. We've been about almost a year in. No, about a year in now. Together, and numbers are looking good all across the board. As far as stream, fan base, everything is looking great. So, and we're all learning. We're all learning together everything of how to make ourselves more of a powerful independent artist. Because we're not just learning just to put up and everything. We're learning a budget. We're learning the different marketing strategies as far as different platforms and all together. So that's kind of my team right there was going on.
Yeah, I totally agree. Actually, I feel that if you have a team with people with having different talent and different things and different perspective when they bring to the equation, I think it becomes a much more rich experience, not only for
Oh, yeah.
you as creative people, but also the end user, who is actually consuming the music.
Yep.
Because a lot of things which you would be good at, a lot of things I am good at, a mixture of both, it's just, it's amazing, what the outcome. So I just want to say hi to Tiffany. She commented on LinkedIn, and I see Melissa on Clubhouse. I also see Veronica, who said hello from the UK. So thank you so much, guys, for your love and support. Thank you so much for watching us
Hello.
live.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you do have any questions, feel free to post it on under comments while you're watching this live, and I should be able to show it up as an overlay and bring it to Boston Boy Geo. So my next question for Geo for you is that apart from doing music, do you have any sort of hobby, something which you do chill, something beyond music, like how do you relax, man? Most people have this
Good.
perception that musicians only do music.
No, music is like a good games. I watch movies, play video game and watch movies. Go play basketball. I was more of a back before music. I was more of a jock, so I was doing a lot of sports. So I'm into my sports and watch my movies. That's what I do usually.
That's really cool. I saw you having beer and a couple of big recently. Where were you
Are you talking
outside?
about
I
my?
saw two live.
Oh, that was my high school, my 20th high school reunion.
So I mean, if you go on Facebook, you should be able to see it. He's like, "Hey, these are my boys. We're having beer."
Some of them I've seen recently, but 20 years. I went to school with them since I was third grade. Some of them people I haven't seen since we graduated. A lot of them I have seen, so some of them I haven't seen in a while. So having a good time, man. It was a good day. It was a real
I
good
love
time.
the fact that you're having, you're doing reunions and all. I think it's pretty cool, and you should actually continue doing it. It's pretty awesome. I would like
No,
to
it
ask you
is.
my next question. So,
Hmm?
uh, what is something that you listen to that might be unexpected given the music you make? For an example, I like hip hop and rap a lot, but I also listen to a lot of songs which are actually sung by women like Jennifer Lopez, sometimes Britney Spears. So, do you have something of that nature? It may not be hip hop, but you love listening to.
Yep. Listen to um, Aerosmith. I mean, but mainly '90s alternative. I listen to none of the new stuff. It's really all '90s. You'd be surprised when I throw on a whole good bunch of that type of music. Red Hot Chili
Taylor
Peppers.
Swift.
You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Tiffany saying
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Nah.
Watching The
That
Notebook
was supposed to
on
be on the
his
low, Tiffany.
spare time.
The Notebook.
He
The
said it
Notebook.
on one of my shows
Wow.
before.
That no, I actually
The
seen
Notebook.
that movie. Most depressed movie I've ever seen in my life. Like who? Why would they make a movie like that?
Is
Really
that the one
depressing
with
movie.
Was to
Gerald
love the
Gerald
life.
Butler? Notebook? Is that the one?
It's
I think so.
with
I remember
Rachel McAdams
back
and
in like
Is that the one
like
wherein the
2005
actor
it came
dies?
out. It was like no, it
let's
was
just
like
give
this
them
dude who
the plot, right? But
was
they're together
this
throughout the
dude.
life.
To me, it was about a dude talking to his wife who has like Alzheimer's, can't remember who he is, so he tells a story, and then every day he goes back to tell the same story. She keeps
It's
forgetting,
Ryan
keeps forgetting
Gosling in the
until
Oh,
he
I
beginning.
think
passes
he's
away.
talking about Adam Sandler, 51st Dates.
Nah, that's a
No,
notebook.
no, like the Notebook
That's no,
is like
that was a
about
notebook.
where
The dude
his wife
kept going.
ends
I
up
was like,
with
what is movie
Alzheimer's
is this?
and
Why would you watch this?
It's
I'll
so
never forget
freaking
that.
famous. We can't figure out the actual name.
Wow.
no, the Notebook is his wife develops Alzheimer's and he doesn't leave her side, and every time she wrote a notebook of their memories, and he reads it to her all the time, trying to bring her back so that she can like come back to reality and remember who she is. And
I'm
sometimes it works,
surprised you
and he does
remember
it to
all
her
of this
every
stuff.
day. Well, I've seen the movie more than once. It's sad, and he stays by her side, even though sometimes she doesn't remember who he is. It's really sad.
I
Gio
was like,
knows. He
damn man,
watches it
this
all the time. He's just trying to pretend he can't
all
remember now.
was good enough for
Gio
me.
and I watched it together.
One time was good enough for me. I was like, man, what is it? What pressing stuff?
We watched it
Lifetime and all this
together,
stuff.
and we cried.
Okay,
Like I
okay.
had to
So
get him an extra
I
pair of
have to
tissues.
ask him another question. Okay, so Okay, so is there a particular song you enjoy rapping live, or it means a lot to you, which you recently made, or something which you did a few years back?
Um, hmm. I like to be. I actually enjoy all of them because all of them feelings and emoji, like different type of output on it. I would say Demons and the G-Eazy Demons and Angel was one of my favorite ones to perform live.
Demons and
And
Angels by
no,
Jeezy. Okay.
well, yeah, it's Demon and Angel by Jesus, but it's remix and it's BostonBoy Geo. I like to
Mm-hmm.
perform live a lot. Uh, and then I mean that one I like a lot, but I like to perform all my stuff. But that one I like a lot to perform, to be honest with you.
That's pretty understandable. So,
Yeah.
guys, if you're watching us live, if you want to say hello to Boston Boy Geo, his website is listed not only on the description, but also as you see right now online, bostonboygeo.com, .me actually, not com, .me, bostonboygeo.me. That's the web address. He's also available on Spotify, Audiomac, Apple Music, and SoundCloud, and all other platforms as well. You should be able to find his most recent song, Struggles. I think Struggle is already there. The Break Me, the one which you heard today, I think once the video is done, we should be able to find it online on other platforms as well. On YouTube,
No, and actually,
if you went,
Break Me is actually Break Me is actually released on Spotify and everything else. It's just the last interview. It was just
uh-huh.
released on YouTube and on Facebook, but now
Ah,
it's on Spotify and everything else now.
awesome, awesome. I couldn't
Yep.
really find it earlier, so thank you so much for updating that.
Oh,
So
okay.
on YouTube, I think the version which you have is without the video, just the still image.
Yep.
I think that's the one. Okay, so very
Yeah.
soon, shortly, guys, within a month or two, perhaps we should have a video up. And guys,
Yep.
I'm just saying, producing a high quality video for a music is not only expensive, but it is very time consuming, challenging. A lot of things and layers fall beneath it. So if you ever see a musician saying that, guys, give me some time, I'm still working on the video, respect them, give them their time and space to
Yeah.
make it happen, because the end result is going to be a masterpiece. So
Definitely, I
don't
agree.
forget that. so
I agree.
so like,
Engineering music, and editing music videos. That to me is very like it's a hard skill. It's a hard. So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that.
absolutely, absolutely. Now if you were to ever do a tour, Boston Boy Geo, okay, what would you name it? A dream
So
tour? Every musician thinks of doing a music tour, like getting on a bus. What are you gonna call that tour?
the tour,
Yeah,
this road.
Yeah, like a world tour.
Yeah, this road
like you go
tour.
into different places, stop by, perform, get into the bus, go
Yeah.
around different.
What would I call my
I
tour?
think that's
Saying
what.
it with an accent,
Yeah.
but Tour,
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah. I would the endless tour.
Oh, the endless tour. Okay, I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm not pronouncing the word right. I think Tiffany.
No, you good. I understood you. I got you good. Yeah.
Okay, the endless tour, guys. That's what he's gonna call it as. So I'm actually done with my questions. So let's actually go ahead and start with our Q&A, because we only have Boston Boy just for 60 minutes today. We would be wrapping it up early. So Tiffany, do you have a question? Anything you like to ask? And if anybody on
No pun
chat,
intended. Wrapping it up early. Sorry.
if there is anybody on LinkedIn or YouTube who is currently watching us live, if you have any questions, feel free to post it on the comment, and we would be happy to acknowledge that. I want to say hi to Natasha who joined. Thank you so much, Natasha. Always nice to see you. Yes, Tiffany, do you have a question? Anything you'd like to ask Boston Boy Geo?
Sure. Hi, Geo.
What's up, Tim?
Tiffany Warner. I guess What's up? If you could imagine yourself living the dream, because we've had this discussion before where you don't mind being in the limelight or the mainstream, but aren't really looking for it. Let's just say it happens. Like, how are you going to handle that? Because I see that coming in your way.
I'll just handle it like I'm handling my life now. I mean, I wouldn't be too different. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be too different at all. I'll just actually like I just would just be. I would. That's how I would handle the day. Keep
Yeah. And you're
humble.
not going to
Yeah,
forget
and I
those
wouldn't.
that supported you along the way. And when you become the rock star, those of us that,
Nah.
knew and loved you before
Nope.
you, yeah, I knew you'd say that. I just figured I'd ask.
Nah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Nope.
I mean,
That's a
I like
great
to ask a
question.
follow-up question with what Tiffany asked. So, with more success coming into place, Boston Boy Geo, okay, with more success, pouring in, does that make you more confident in the process, or do you fear how will you preserve the success, or how will you preserve your creativity?
No. Not in fact. No. What keeps me going is the seeing my fan base grow and seeing it from my fans as far as what they talk, how they feel about my music. That just keeps me going. It's always like uplifting. It's always changing. It's always so I know because that's where I want to aim for. Impact the masses with positive music, positive vibrations, some type of insights that they could do anything they want to, and my music is doing that. So, as long as my music is helping people, I'm gonna keep going.
And one more question. The song that you just played and that we all love, Break Me,
Hmm?
you said even though you're doing the right thing, they all still trying to break you. What do you mean by that?
Because regardless if you're still doing good and you're still doing stuff that's positive, there's always when you're putting a vibration out into the universe where you may have negative repercussions always. So there's always one person or there's always a group of people that's probably don't like what you're doing because you're a little bit more further, or they're envy of you. It could be family members, it could be friends, it could be people you don't know. It is when you're doing something good and you're impacting. There's also a negative one that returns because you're doing too good. So that's what I mean by breaking. Is them negative things where the people, whoever it was, they're gonna try to stop it, but they can't.
So true, so true. So what advice would you give to people that are in that position?
Just what you're doing. If you feel like you're doing good, and you see it around you that you're doing good, keep it going. There's always gonna be maybe that close friend to you that might say something to break your whole philosophy of what you're doing. Sometimes it's easy just to tell you something or constantly say something around you repetitively, and you can lose that thought. Protect your energy, keep your thoughts straight, and don't let nobody fool you, man. Just
Yeah, I forgot to mention Boston Boy Geo. You're allowed to cuss on my show.
oh, okay.
He's been really clean on your show, but then the one he's not allowed to on my show, live radio. Although it was well done.
So yeah, so I appreciate that very very much, Tiffany. So I think there is a lot to learn from our friends and especially my guest, because all of you guys have different upbringings. The environment is different. The way you have actually, your talent is actually different. Your creativity is different. Everything, just is very very different, and we still try to be steady on this grind and still try to make it
Mm-hmm.
happen. And we do end up having a lot of haters around, people who belittle you or say
Oh yeah.
crap about you.
Yeah.
And they may necessarily not really have your best interest in mind. They fuck around and do stupid shit. But at the end of the day, as you said, you just have to focus on what you like doing, what you want to
Mm-hmm.
accomplish in life, and ignore the haters, and be steady and keep moving ahead, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I know I know your break is about to end. I appreciate you sparing time for this show.
No
I'm gonna
problem.
play your song once again. We will wrap this
Okay.
up. And Tiffany, I just wanted to ask Tiffany, do you have like an appointment at 1 by any chance?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I can postpone it a little bit
No,
if
that's
you
okay.
need me.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who made season 2 a success. I'm so grateful and honored to have you, Boston Boy Geo, and you accepted my invitation in a very such a short notice.
Oh, no problem. Anytime,
Thank you so much
man.
for me. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for making this happen. This is actually my last episode for season 2. I'm going to be taking a 2-week break so that I can regroup, get back to my senses, and we're going to start on September 14th. Is going to be my season 3 launch. Specifically on Tiffany's birthday, I'm going to be playing a nice happy birthday song for Tiffany once she shows up on September 14th, and we're going to make it fun and happening. I just want to say
For my big 3-9.
I also wanted to
Hey,
say thanks to
quiet, Jason.
yeah. I also wanted to say thanks to Natasha because she has been, listening to my show from the very beginning back in Feb. Melissa as well. Leslie, who could not show up today, but she's also a big follower of my show. So thank you so much, guys, for making this happen. I'm gonna play this song by Boston Boy Geo once again. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much, Boston Boy.
No pun intended. We're gonna wrap it up
Well,
or hip hop
yeah.
it up. And by the way, I got till 1:30 if you need me, Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you once we finish this song. Okay.
Follow me everywhere. Boston Boy Geo. Boss Boy Geo Facebook. Boss Boy Geo YouTube. Geo Instagram. Yeah. Just follow me. I'm everywhere.
Oh, you
Boss
know
Boy
what?
Geo.
Actually, yeah. Because we were getting close to the time, I forgot to mention, guys, all the links to Boston Boys Geo, like his website, Instagram handle, YouTube. I have already posted it on the description. So just in case if you're watching this show live online, you should be able to see this on the description or the show notes, even on the podcast as well. You should be able to reach out to Boston Boy Geo. If you love his music, the least you can do is show some love and support. Just follow, give it a few likes. I mean, that's about that's the least. It's not gonna cost you any money to show some love and support to the brother from Boston, one of the greatest upcoming musician and
Appreciate that,
artist
brother.
from Boston.
Man.
Take care, Gio. You take care of yourself, and thank you once again, guys, for your love and support. Let's wrap this up.
I started in this music scene on my own path. Had to set direction this game, yeah, with no map. At the time I started this shit, it was all trap. Chicago came and made their mark, they had the drill rap. I know I had to sound different, seeing people start to listen, following my intuition, seeing what was really missing, writing real rhymes so that people can feel. As you keep tuning in, you start feeling the chills as I'm elevating. I see and feel some people, yeah, they start to hating. Pray to God on the day they know what fucks with Satan. Now I'm on my own path to influence with my words as I cross the whole map.
It was all bad before I found my path. Hope was all that I had. trenches like I should. Doing things I never thought I could. Making moves I never thought I would. And even though I did it, even though I did it, they still out trying to break me.
Can they really try to break me when I'm focused on my roots and radio stations lately? Numbers keep on climbing and the fans are adding greatly. Taking trips down on NOLA, hitting AZ, shit is crazy. I'm never losing sight. Keep my lyrics real and in the zone, I grip the mic. On stage I'm feeling lifted as I'm standing in them lights. People's head is bouncing, Boston boys, they announcing, and you know my team is right. In VIP, me and Case Money, Boss Boy and Shallow B. Bottles all around, keep focused as we stacking G's. And you know it's on time, read them diamonds in the dirt that you never could find. But we stay patient, track after track, feel it radiating. Real words out our mouth, I know you see the pain. As we on the same path, made it out the dim trenches and we never look back.
It was all bad before I found my path. Hope was all that I had. But I made it out of them trenches like I should. Doing things I never thought I could. Making moves I never thought I would. And even though I did it, they still out trying to break me. I know they fighting out trying to break me. All they really wanna do is break me. But I made it out of them trenches like I should. Doing things I never thought I could. Making moves I never thought